Hello, my name is Philip Camella, and today we're going to have another brief conversation beyond science and religion.
Breaking new ground in thinking, exploring the outer limits of what we know about the world and ourselves, unhindered by common beliefs and perceptions. This is Conversations Beyond Science and Religion, taking on subjects from the Big Bang, the multiverse, and evolution to the supernatural and the new rising consciousness. This is where scientists, philosophers, New Agers, and spiritualists come together to discuss where this world may be heading. Now here's your host, lawyer, philosopher, and the author of The Collapse of Materialism, Philip Camella.
Now in this series of shows, I'm trying to demonstrate that quantum theory shows that we are central to the makeup of the universe. I'm not trying to show that quantum theory is some kind of mysterious, mind-boggling theory, which maybe it is in the materialistic world. But what I'm trying to show is that quantum theory tells us about the makeup of reality, and it shows that the world is mind-oriented, mind-centered, mind-originated. And in the prior show or two, I talked about the interview I had with Richard Kahn Henry, the professor at Johns Hopkins University, about this topic, who wrote a very concise article on this very topic in Nature magazine. The article, as I mentioned, was called The Mental Universe. And I'm doing this to show that these are not just bright ideas, but the concept that quantum theory shows that the universe is mental is rooted in science and is really only promoted, however, by those scientists who don't have any other political leanings, any other interests other than finding the truth. So here's another excerpt from the Richard Kahn Henry interview, which I think shows how a objective, courageous thinker goes through these issues.
The great scientist of our time, Albert Einstein, instead of coming to the correct conclusion, came to the opposite conclusion. And again, his personality, his weight, still burdens the human race today because he made that bad decision. Now, he was working indeed in the environment with Podolsky and Rosen, but he didn't write that article. He wasn't even an author on it until they simply added him as an author. And he accepted that.
Yeah.
He was trying to fight against the idea and determine that the idea that the universe has an actual reality. Well, it doesn't.
Well, it doesn't. That is the conclusion that quantum theory tells us that the mind of man has been struggling with for the last 100 years. And again, on these shows, we want to note that point, but then evaluate what it means for determining the vision of our... This is Philip Camella. We'll see you next time on Conversations Beyond Science and Religion.
You've been listening to Conversations Beyond Science and Religion with Philip Meriton. To find out more about Philip and his new book, The Heaven at the End of Science, visit heavenattheendofscience.com.